Hello, this is Mike, NoStressMike.com. Now, what I want to talk about is you and your friends. And what made me think of this is I've got a lot of friends. I don't spend a lot of time with it. A lot of friends I have that I've only been with a short amount of time. I mean, short amount of time in hours, and a short amount of time how many times I've been with them. And but we were able to connect. And when I say connect, I mean we were able to get to the point where we could trust each other. You hear me talk about I got my goals set all over. Okay. These are with friends. You know, and guns. And these people take me into their homes. We get a bonding quick. And I was thinking, how does this happen? And why doesn't everybody do this? And it dawned on me is the people we hang around with. As kids, at least when I was a kid, they used to call it a clique. I say, if you've got Richie friends, well, then you want to fit into that clique, you know, or you got jocks, you know, that's what it is. And you know, but that's when you're a kid and you're learning your pecking order. And so this is how you fit in your pecking order. And now these are things I witnessed. I really didn't do it. I didn't have any close friends when I was younger. Like I say, it was the racial days, and I was in a segregated school system. Matter of fact, the last segregated school system in the United States, Topeka, Kansas, had the last segregated school. It was Brown versus the Board of Education, Topeka, Kansas. And but anyway, so that's where I went to school. So I didn't have any friends. I had friends, but they weren't friends in a clique. In other words, when you see me walking down the hall, it was me by myself, not with my clique. Okay, now, I've noticed now as I'm older and I look and I see how come I pick up all these friends and we devote ourselves to each other so fast. And we're talking life and death stuff. Now, I know it's hard to believe that. I mean, most people live in their own little comfort zone, and they don't see life and death situations so much, but I do. And it's funny, some of these people don't even speak English. We can't even talk. A lot of these friends I have, we can't even speak to each other. Okay, so what I'm thinking is, how do people get like that? And it dawned on me. I look at some of these people and I say, your clique, the people that you run around with, what did you have to do to become part of that clique? I mean, did you have to do more horseback riding? They like horseback riding, so then you ended up, well, I like horseback riding. Well, you end up buying a horse, and you know, now you're in the clique with these horseback riding people. Okay. A really good example is alcoholics. They drink, and they think everybody should drink. And if you want to be in with them, you need to start drinking. So then you will start doing whatever you have to do to get along with the people that you want to get along with. And I wondered, do people do that? I know some do. Now, if you watch my videos, I try to push self-reliant. You take personal responsibility. And when you do that, you will attract people of your kind. You don't have to change yourself to somebody else. What you do is you take yourself and you improve on it. And you look for people that are good, and then if they attract you, and then you want to be good. But otherwise, if you want to drink, you attract yourself to drinkers. So it's just, what is it that you have to do to get in the clique? Me, it's funny because I do my thing. I'm helpful. I help other people. I say my Hoi Chi does a lot on when I help people, and then they want to help me, and then that opens the doors for more and more. And I improve my personality, and my being improves by being around good people. And it's funny, but it's not everybody I'm around is good people. So it's funny because how do I fit into their clique? When they're bad and evil people, how do I fit into their clique? Okay, I really don't. What they do, they read from me that I'm into violence. I know violence. I don't get intimidated and force. And they're basically the same thing, but they're doing it on a different scale. I mean, they're dealing directly with people like themselves, and so that's why. And I'm really kind of like that. I'm like them also, except for my end goal is different than theirs, And so once they realize that if they act right, act good, and as long as I act right and act good, we can get along. And so I really don't try to change them. I don't, let me save your soul. I don't do that stuff. I give you an example that I think is good for me, and any part of that is good for you, feel free to take it. And so in other words, I bring the good out of the evil. And that's why I'm able to fit into cliques that normally people wouldn't think that I would. It's funny down here. Just went out with a girl yesterday, and I went out with her before. And when I went out with her before, she couldn't believe all the people that I knew, and they don't speak English, and I know them, and it's not. And I talked about the handshakes, and and how I do handshakes. Well, it was people, these were important people, and they weren't handshakes. I mean, they were big old hugs. And they were men and women. And she just couldn't believe that, how did I fit into the clique with these people? Because these people are really from another world, from her. And so then we did the same thing yesterday. We were in a restaurant eating breakfast, and here comes some people, and it's the same thing. Big old hugs, and but they could speak English, so, and it was funny. So, but it was just, what I'm saying is, the stronger you can make you, then you know who you are. And the more you know who you are, you're building confidence in yourself. And the more you know who you are, then you don't need to try to show other people that you can do this, you can do that. The reason I mentioned the drinking is because down here, drinking is a big deal. They do a lot of drinking down here. And I don't. And so they wonder, well, how do you hang around these people when they're drinkers, they're heavy partiers and all this, and you know them and you know them good. And like I say, some of them are, like I say, in some kind of law enforcement. Some might be in illegal acts, and some are really good, legitimate business people. I mean, good, strong business people. So what I'm saying, don't try to change yourself for someone else. We do changes throughout our life. Change yourself for you. Make yourself better than what you are, and look for ways to do it. And find the people that have the qualities that you like and spend a little time with them. How do you do that? I told you about the bribing. You can bribe your way in. So there's ways you can do this, but you have to take the effort. You have to want to better yourself. You have to want to improve. Take personal responsibility. I've given you a bunch of videos on how to do it, and but you can do it. And the funny thing is, I can meet people just out of nowhere, and we can make good things happen. It's possible. Don't be scared of it. Have faith in yourself and faith in others. This is Mike, NoStressMike.com.